how we doing? It's Pietra E with Pietra E TV, and I'm sitting today with Miss Ashley Everett. How are you doing,
Hi,
Ashley?
I'm great. Thank you for having me.
No problem. So we know, everyone knows that you're Beyonce's dance captain. How do you feel being Beyonce's dance captain, and what did it take for you to become her captain? Did you have to try out or practice? Or
Well, yeah, originally when I first started working with her, I auditioned like any other dancer, went to this huge open call in New York with thousands of people. But I had met her choreographer a couple months prior, and so when I auditioned, he recognized me from the moment that we met, and that was his first time seeing me dance. And then she came and saw me dance, and then they asked me to do a video, and the rest is kind of history. But being dance captain, I took on that role in 2009. So I started with her in 2007, and then 2 years later, I got promoted to dance captain. And obviously, it's a duty, it's a job, like it's pressure, but it's not anything that I feel like I couldn't take on, and I definitely have to like take on that role and use it, work hard for it, I don't know.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, it's a leadership role, which is good, so it's nice.
So in a previous interview, I saw that you said you kind of fell into the entertainment industry. So with that being said, do you feel like prior to falling into the entertainment industry, you had other plans for dance? Like, did you want to work for an agency? Or?
Well, I was always like in the concert world. So like being in the commercial industry, like is kind of what I fell into. I always did hip hop and jazz and all types of dance. But I was like training at Alvin Ailey, like doing ballet and modern every day. So I thought that was going to be like the world that I fell into. But yeah, I thought I was going to be like in the concert world. So like falling into the commercial industry was like, oh, all right, okay, now we're working with artists, and now like I'm doing TV shows and videos and stuff like that. And that, I mean, it was always something that I wanted to do. I always watched Janet and Michael videos and was like, I want to be in that video. And so falling into it was like, oh great, I'm here, like this is amazing. But yeah, I definitely thought I was going to be like a ballerina or like in a modern company or something, like growing up,
So I know that also you mentor girls. You have a lot of like workshops going on and a lot of mentoring that you do with young girls. And I watched that you gave advice to some girls, and you said before you go on stage, you tap into your zone and you go into this place of like inner peace and happiness. What would you say that place is for you as far as inner peace and happiness? Where do you go in your mind?
Are we like talking about before a show, or are we just talking about in life?
Oh, well, both.
Both? Well, before a show, it's like a zone. Like, it's beast mode, It's like a athlete, I guess, before he's about to play at the Super Bowl, Like, it's the same kind of thing. It's the same kind of mindset. And so I always take a moment, like, before any show, whether it's tour or one Grammys or something. I just take a moment and get in my zone and get in my mindset and my character, like because I'm a different person when I'm on stage than I am like sitting here with you right now. So yeah, it's just a mindset. In life, inner peace and happiness, I just surround myself with like positive people and energy and loved ones, people who really genuinely care about me and keep the vibes right, because this industry, girl,
I know,
mess you up.
Trust me. And how do you feel like you've been able to maintain that, like in the industry? Because you always meet people, you don't know what type of vibe they're going to give. You don't know who they are as a person. So how have you been able to maintain that?
Well, luckily I've been blessed to work with an artist who is actually, I've worked with many artists, but working with Beyonce for so long, she is truly a humble, sweet, down-to-earth woman. And she also, it's because her family, and she surrounds herself with these people who keep her down to earth, because she could have the biggest head in the world if she wanted to, but she's super sweet. So how dare me go be like some crazy full myself person, like, and that's just not my personality anyway. And yeah, and then I surround myself with my family and my friends and loved ones who like genuinely care about me and keep me grounded. If I do have a moment of feeling myself, they'd be like, girl,
calm down.
We're all human,
Right. So how have you felt like, we all go through insecurities in life. Like we all have those phases in life where we're insecure about certain things.
For sure.
How do you feel that what are some insecurities that you've had, and how do you feel like you've overcome them?
Well, growing up, I was always like insecure about my hair, and now like this kind of hair is in, like, yeah, and I've just embraced it. Like I always wanted straight hair. I wanted to do what the white girls did, like flip it over this way and that way, and I started embracing my hair and my natural hair, natural state, and now it's like a thing, like a trending thing. People don't be straightening their hair no more. Like it's all about the fluff, which is great. You just have to love yourself. Number one, you can't love anybody else or anything else until you like genuinely have that self-love. And being in this industry, it's easy to like get in your head and find all these insecurities, like everything. Are you skinny enough? Are you not thick enough? Like just all this stuff. Too tall, too short, dancing, long legs, short legs, feet good enough, feet bad, like whatever. So I don't know, it's self-love. Like we all gotta find it. It's
and
a
how
process.
have you like overcome that though? How have you overcome some of the things that you went through with insecurities?
I think I just truly stopped caring what other people think. You have to, because there's always going to be somebody out there who has something to say, always. And like it's a daily thing. Like you have to do this daily. It's a practice. And I still have moments of being like, oh, is this going to be right?
Yeah.
Am I going to be good enough? But like, I try not to think about what other people are going to think.
Right. So as a dancer, I know that you all have to be fit, you have to be healthy, you always have to, fit into your costumes. Have you ever battled weight loss or ever went through anything like that?
Yeah, I've definitely we've all had notes like on tour before, dancers, keep your body together, stay the way that you were hired, like, because you fluctuate, and being on tour, like you're eating all different kinds of food. Sometimes like you can only eat McDonald's because that's the only thing that's open. So it's just all about balance. That's what I've learned. For me, that's what works for me. Like I love a good salad, but I also like pizza and pasta, like and fried chicken, like so it's just balance for me. And then I switch up my exercises. Like I'll go to the gym, but then I also like to go on a hike, or sometimes I don't want to be on a treadmill. That's like boring to me. But then if I don't feel like working out, I'll be like, okay, let me just go take a class or something, just different types of workouts, I guess.
So at age 16, you packed up and you moved to New York. You was like, you know what? I'm following my passion to be a dancer. What would be your advice to anyone out there who's afraid? They know what they want to do, but they're afraid to get started, don't know how to get started, and not just with dance, but just anything
in life. You just have to take that leap of faith. And if it wasn't for my supportive parents, like, I probably wouldn't have, because I wanted to stay in my little hometown. My parents were like, you need to expand, like, let's go to New York. My mom was like, I'll go with you. They were married. They didn't separate or anything, but my mom came with me and my dad stayed with my brother in my hometown, just for my career. Like, so, but it was a leap of faith for sure. Like, I could have failed, I guess, but I just kept pushing. Failure wasn't an option.
Right.
It was just go, 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 go.
So as far as your fiance, you spoke about your fiance, and I know that you guys have been together for 6 years prior to the big engagement. Was the engagement something that you were waiting on, or something you guys had talked about, or it was kind of like a surprise? Like,
we talked about it, but I wasn't expecting it. Not on that day. But we always talked about it. We've been together for 6 years, and I don't know, maybe 2 years in, I was like, he's the one.
Aww.
Yes, like, even 1 year in, we just, like, click, we mesh, but I still wasn't expecting that to happen. I was shocked. I was completely shocked. I didn't even know he was in town, so, yeah.
That's awesome, though. And being that you guys both are dancers, have you ever, like, bumped heads where it's been a little competitive because he's dancing and you're dancing, or you're going out for the same artist and he is, or?
No, because we kind of are like in different lanes, I guess. He's like a little bit more on the urban side, and I have like the Beyonce pop kind of world. But we did meet working with Neo together, so Yeah. And then he got rid of guys and didn't use guys anymore, and then I was dancing only with Neo. And so it was like, oh, I took your job kind of thing, you know, like, because he was with him before I came in, and then he got rid of guys, and then it was just girls, and I was like, oh, I took your job. Sorry, babe. But it wasn't like competitive, you know, because, yeah.
Do you guys ever think about working together on a project or doing anything together?
We do. We teach and we travel together. And yeah, I think eventually down the line we'll like do some kind of like bigger project. But right now we're still like focused on our individual careers.
Absolutely. And speaking of individual careers, do you feel like you're doing anything outside of dance? Like, you know, you by yourself doing anything? I know you were acting for a little while on Hit the Floor, and I know you said that you liked it, but do you think it's something that you're going to pursue?
Yeah, I want to. I still want to explore like more acting, hosting stuff too, I think would be cool. And judging, like I could see myself being like a judge on Dancing with the Stars or something.
I was going to ask you that. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
That would be a good one. So anything else that you would give as far as advice to dancers out there who inspired to be like you or inspired to just go out there and do it? What would be your advice for them?
I always say this to any dancer who like wants to be in this industry or make it a career. Taking as many classes as you can, being as diverse as possible. You don't have to be a professional salsa dancer too, but like try it, you know, like the more you know, the bigger your opportunities are. Because these auditions and stuff, like even for a commercial for like Jeeps or something, like they might want you to crump. Like, you know, like I'm not a crumper, but I've seen it and I've tried it and I could fake it till I make it. So just like, you know, exploring and expanding, so you have more opportunity.
And you were discovered kind of at an open call. How were you able to stand out at an open call? Because open call is like thousands of girls and everyone's beautiful, everyone's dressed up, everyone's trained. So how were you able to stand out, and what would you say to another dancer out there at an open call?
Oh my gosh, I mean, at that time I don't even know how I stood out. I don't know, I was just young and hungry. And you know, that's what I'm saying, like passion. It all goes back to passion. I was passionate, and I am passionate still. But definitely, like, as far as being in this industry, you do have to create, like, an image for yourself, whether it's big red hair or a ponytail or, you know, and it's not always, it doesn't always have to be, like, somebody else, you know? But image is key. And it doesn't mean that you have to be, like, have a six-pack, but, you know, like, I don't know, you just have to create your image, and my image and brand has kind of become like my hair and like big and curly, but I wear it straight sometimes, you know, or I wear it back sometimes. But yeah.
Being that people know you for your big red hair, have you ever thought about switching it up, or you think if you go black, I mean, people may not recognize you? Or
I mean, I started off brown. Like, I had brown hair when I first started, and then I've been red since 2009, and that is kind of part of my image and brand, and I like it. I think it's all right on me, you know, like not too bad, right, guys? But I mean, I've like done like the wig thing and stuff since, and people like don't even recognize me. It's so funny. Like, people are like, what's your name? Like, it's hilarious. But I don't see myself leaving the red family anytime soon. But I do think about, like, what am I going to do once I'm done with red? But I haven't figured it out yet.
So acting and dancing, is that all that we should look forward to for Ashley Everett?
No. I mean, I definitely want to, like, get my hands, like, in, like, the fashion world at some point. I talk about it, and I've been talking about it, and I think the more I talk about it, then it will happen. You speak it into existence. Yep. But I haven't yet. But, like, eventually, you can look for that, too. And acting, and yeah. And still dancing. I'm not done dancing.
Do you think there's a cap on or an age limit on dancing, or when in the dancing world, when is that age limit to where, okay, I'm done with dancing?
I don't know, because I used to say I'm not going to be that 30-year-old dancer or whatever, and I'm pushing 30 now, so I'm like, okay, well, I guess I am going to be that girl because I'm not done. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think there is an age limit. Yeah. As long as you still look good and your knees and back work the same, you know, you're good to go.
Thank you all so very much for watching. Hit the subscribe button and don't forget to follow me on social media. Stay tuned for more PETV.